What makes the Texas Chainsaw Massacre so popular? Is it the film's inherent graininess? Is it the fact that the film has so many iconic moments? Is it something deeper? Let's just jump into what I think is so special about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So if you've ever seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre before and liked it, you probably know why. You may like Leatherface, you may like the grime, but I want to talk very specifically about what those things do that enhance the movie from just being good to being one of the best horror films of all time. First, I think is the most crucial in my opinion, and that would be that the movie really does feel like you found this in someone's dingy basement somewhere. Or like it's a weird found footage almost. Like super pretty lost footage that someone just found somewhere. It is so grimy though. The movie is absolutely ridiculously grimy, regardless if it's a 4K, a Blu-ray, a DVD, or a VHS. The entire movie feels like it was something that someone found with no context regarding what the movie was about, or even if it was a movie. Everything from the way the movie is shot to the music that accompanies it, it almost feels like it was a complete jumble that's of footage that someone just recorded over. The next thing that I think makes this movie so special is you never actually see the Sawyer family, as you would come to find them later in the sequels, actually attacking anyone except for Sally and Franklin. They're both the only ones that actually got attacked. Everyone else entered into Leatherface's house, which I think is also what makes this movie so scary. Unlike someone like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees, this family is arguably just protecting itself from home invaders. Sort of unstoppable terror that is Michael Myers kind of isn't in this film, because all they had to do was not enter into someone else's house and none of this would have ever happened. And these characters, not the meat that's hanging up in the furnace in the gas station, these people would have really ended up okay. Which I think is honestly part of what makes this movie work so well in the first place. It may be hard to put into words what makes this movie work so well, but I think those are two pretty good reasons. Next, I think, is Leatherface himself. But before you go, oh, that's such an easy answer, let me explain. Leatherface changes dramatically throughout this film. He starts off in the apron, then he wears a woman's dress and is cooking for the family, then ends it wearing a woman's face and a woman's suit. There are such dramatic changes from him depending on what context you find him in. And I think that's what makes this character so scary, is he kind of needs the other family to kind of fit into whatever context they need him in. Speaking of the family, I think the other thing that makes this movie so scary is the fact that everyone you meet, except the guy cleaning the car at the gas station in the beginning of the movie and the truck driver at the end of the film, is actually a part of Leatherface's family. And I think that's just sort of what encloses the film. It encloses everyone, and I think it adds to the tension that you feel, because it feels like everyone is out to get our main characters regardless of what we think. And I think that's just what sells this movie over the top, in my opinion. Because I mean, even for a split second, you think that's someone related to the family driving that truck at the end of the film. So there's two things I want to mention here. First off, Gunnar Hansen as Leatherface does an incredible job. He's passed away since this movie's come out, 50 years ago, but he does an incredible job in this movie. And yeah, the final thing I want to mention is Marilyn Burns, who plays Sally Hardesty in this film, who is also sadly passed away. Without her dealing with so much in the production of this film, yet still giving it her all, this movie would not feel the same way it does. There is real terror that you can feel when she's running away from Leatherface or the other members of the family. And it genuinely makes, and her performance genuinely makes you feel like you need to go inside the movie and help her. Especially the very last scene when she is laughing maniacally. It is genuinely so upsetting. You know she's getting away, but yet there's no safety from the terror because the family is still there. It's just a small glimpse of the terror that is that family, and I think that's also the last reason what makes this movie so scary. One quick fact that I think is kind of interesting about that last scene where she's laughing maniacally, they actually needed her to come back because she actually already shot that scene the day before, and that was the last shot she would be doing for the film. So she thought she was done, she took a shower, she got all the fake blood off of her, they called her up and said, hey, I need you to come back. And so she did. And part of that laughing is her finally realizing that it's finally over and it's done with. And I think that's just kind of interesting. Thank you all for watching. What do you like about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Let me know in the comments down below. You can follow us on Instagram, it's at Mediabyte Company, and on TikTok, it's at Mediabyte Co, which is all for things like shorts and all that fun stuff. Patreon is in the links in the description. Full uncut streams are there. I might actually have to end up streaming to Patreon soon, and then cutting the stream and uploading that to YouTube, which I might have to do. And also ad-free podcasts are there as well if ads annoy you. It's there. Everything is for $5. You get access to everything. I would deeply appreciate that. Go listen to all the podcasts on the Mediavite Podcast Network, even though we are now on hiatus because I got married. But we will be back very, very soon with all the podcasts that you come to enjoy, probably in November. So with that, thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.